As you can see, we're not where we left off last episode. We're actually in the Grahtwood Bank. And the reason we're here is because I did some consolidation of my banking.
You know, in Alden, the relic
Alrighty.
is a massive crab shop. It's not nearly this tall.
No safer vault in all of the Dominion. Do you see the trolls? We have trolls guarding our vaults. Nowhere else has the trolls security guarantee. Nowhere.
Trolls? Are you crazy? I did see the trolls. They're up here. Look at this. There are trolls in the vault. What happens when they start eating the guards, you nutcase? Not
Once
that
you
I'd
ask
ever
us
say
to
that.
store an item of yours, our guarantee is that nobody will ever touch it again. Except for you. Usually.
Usually. Do we really want to go to the bank? Actually, he's been pretty good about giving us our stuff back, so we'll let him live. So this used to be really full. I used to be at 480. I then put into place an order where Rosalor gets the recipes first, because she's my main crafter. And Tamrain, who we're raising to be a crafter, she gets the recipes Ros doesn't need, and there are a lot of those now. So we're going to just go into our consumables, because I think Ros dropped a couple of things off last night for her. I'll just go through. The wonderful thing, and I'm sorry I've been putting you guys through me taking all the recipes out and going through them one by one and then going back in, because you don't need to do that. If you have a look at this diagram, Orcish Lantern Hooded, and if you go right down to the bottom, just above the gold piece thing, it says recipe already known. So I know I actually don't have to pull that out of the bank now. That's one Ros put in last night. So I'm pretty sure we now know all of those. That was the only one I really wanted to check. Yeah, there we go. So what I did was I now have an order of characters that I roll the recipes through. Every character brings their recipes back to the bank, unless I'm absolutely sure I've got it. And we do it that way. I'm just going to have a quick look at my miscellaneous. We'll see what we've got lurking in here. Breton Terrier bones. I know I'm giving them away at the moment. Not so much some of the other stuff. We're set up for Jester's Festival. That is coming on the 27th of this month, which is a little bit away from when you see this. I might talk to my guild, and I might give them all of those so that they can distribute them to their members. I spoke with my daughter, so she's got what she needs. But yeah, might have a quick chat with my guild on that one. What I do need to do. We're collecting heartwood, because when it says craft a rough stretcher military, it actually means craft 3 of them. And when it says craft rough container cargo, it means craft 12 of them. And so you need 3 bits of heartwood for each container cargo, and therein you see my dilemma, because we have an absolute squintillion of these, and I am not dumping them on my guild. On the upside, I do need to go through later and find out which ones I can do, because we're working slowly towards our master crafting with Ros and also with Tams. Anyway, enough waffle about what I'm doing with my characters. You can't find that terribly exciting. Let's go to our daily crafting writs. We are a crafter after all. I just have to remember where they are. There's like a little thing here. This is Elden route. It's a little confusing. We need to go talk to King Kamora and Eridan. So that's fine. Okay, examine the provisioner writs. And enchanter writs. Beautiful. So we're also going to work on...
Here. I just need a moment of your time.
You probably do, Adept, but let me just see where we're at with our main quest, Cadwell's Silver. So we need to experience the Old Mary Dominion, which is what we're doing. There used to be like a list of little quests minimum that we had to do under here. And they're not there anymore. So what I'm doing is playing through the main story quest and pretty much everything else I can lay my claws on while I'm here. Achievement-wise, we've picked up Undaunted Pledges. I'm starting to learn Undaunted Pledges, and we will do some more of those with Tams once we've gotten some more exploring done. Earthenroot Enclave Vanquisher. We went through Earthenroot. Oh my god, what a nightmare, that thing. I'm so going to have to do it again, because there's so much more to learn. Ink Accumulator. So I did that with my guildmates, which was good. Loot or gain as a quest reward 50 luminous ink. That's a new achievement. Lost Depths Explorer. So we entered Earthenroot Enclave for the first time. That was pretty exciting. Okay, so if we're looking at achievements for this zone, this region that we're in, we want to go down to Old Merry Dominion under Exploration. We've got all of these, but Roz has earned an awful lot of them. There's all of these to go, and I'm pretty sure these are mostly, yeah, Malabel Tor. So mostly Dominion and the other area that I haven't played a lot in, Ebenheart Pact. So we've got those to do. Quest-wise, Old Merry Dominion. Okay, we've got all of the quest things for that. That's pretty good. Housing-wise. Ooh. Okay, have 3 other players visit your home simultaneously. Deal 1,000 damage to training dummies. I don't even own a training dummy. I'm going to have to save up for that. Property-wise, obtain and enter at least 5 of the following classic homes. We've got a little ways to go with that, as you can see, because eventually you get up to... Oh, we are up to 5. Wow, okay. Alright, so classic homes are pretty hard to get. Just click on that. So yeah, so we've got a ways to go with all of their housing stuff. We might have a look at that as a bit of a focus. We've got a ton of prologues to do. We'll try and do them before we enter each area so that we can have that as a beginner like story already done. Gold Road, we're probably going to do scribing out of order because it's really useful and I probably need it, so we're going to have a look at that. These ones have been done by Rosalor, so we won't get those, but we will have to go through these steps anyway with Thames, so that's pretty good. Tales of Tribute, we've got a way to go. Antiquities, yeah. Oh, Antiquities. Westweald. That's new. I did not know they were there. Oh, Gold Road and... Okay, Gold Road Antiquities. Anyway, so Gold Road we need to do scribing. We'll pick up the companions as we go through. I don't think... We're working with one at the moment, that's right. Scribes of Fate is your style mastery that we need to do. So yeah, there's a few things we need to get done. If you go into collections, one of the things we have been doing during each of the zones is actually finishing each thing. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go through the story quests, we're going to go through the delves, and we're going to go through the story quests, delves, and side quests is what we're going to focus on with Thames for the first run through, and then we'll go back through the regions and pick up whatever we haven't done as we do dungeons and yeah, a few of those other things. What are our, let's go into groups. We're going to go into endeavors. In endeavors, we have, okay, we've killed 5 beasts and crafted 4 items with the alchemy skill. We need to place 10 furnishings, enchant 3 pieces of equipment, and capture a keep in Cyrodiil. We're not capturing a keep in Cyrodiil. Weekly, harvest 65 resources from the world. That is going to happen because you know what we're like as we run across the countryside. Or we could go find 7 patrolling horrors in the Imperial City districts. That is so not going to happen right now because I don't know enough. Or complete 6 Battleground matches. I haven't played Battleground since I got booted from 3 in a row on a night when the system was having troubles and it stopped being fun. Right. So that's that. Now, oh, really? Can we just discard our changes? I don't know why it's doing this to me. It resets on me. It's like the error message that I get every time I exit telling my game hasn't loaded, but it's perfectly fine. Weird. I have run repair a few times. Nothing changes. I just figure that there's going to be an update and that it's all going to fix itself like it usually does. Let's get this. So what I've done is, because I've got these already filled and I'm going to leave them up there for a little bit longer. Whoops, I should have been filling that to the end. Well, I haven't finished yet. there we go, is once these are all at their max, I've been grabbing my passives because they run regardless of whether or not you slot them. So once I put points into passives, they're always going. So if I'm going to stick with these things for a bit longer, then I really don't need to be boosting up these other things. If I need them, I'm going to have to do a rearrangement of my stats anyway. So I'm just building up my passives so that they're running all the time and my character's got a better buffer underneath it. I don't know if that's a good way to do it or a bad way. It just means that if there's something, because these points, I'm not going to be using them if these aren't slotted. So if I'm putting my non-slotted points into passives, that's the logic behind that. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's where we're at. Alrighty. I know, I get people to send me materials. They no longer gather like they used to build up. You used to come back in after a couple of days of being away and you have like a whole list of stuff. Now you don't. If you don't go in every day, you don't get your stuff. All right. What I wanted to do was look into my journal. I wanted to have a look at Cadwell Silver. We're doing the Old Merry Dominion. We've just been through. We were in Greenshade, weren't we? No, we weren't. That's the Marethic collection. We left Greenshade. We're doing the story quest for the Great Tree. Let's go. Let's find where that thing is. Oh, and we were doing our crafting quest. Let's get those done first. Crafter needs to do the crafting. So yeah, so our backpacks are lighter. Our bank is more organized. We know what we're doing with our characters. And I have a lot to learn. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be learning stuff, putting collections together as you do. I like this new system where they actually tell you, hey, there's a crafting station over here and you need to you have a crafting quest, come do it. I like being able to find those a little bit more easily. Creation wise, let's go. Well, let's actually do destruction wise because I have a ton of stuff in here that needs to just not be here. I do need to start thinking about what sort of things I want to be building as a character. I didn't have anything to research, that's right. I'll be a sad panda if I did. Alrighty, we might just find a style that's got a few more style materials so I don't use all of those up. 645 looks good. You'll see the styles change as you go through style materials. So if you want a particular look on your character, that's what the styles are all about. As a crafter, I'm trying to collect all the styles I can because we need because you get people who would like you to craft something for you in a certain style, and it's always nice to be able to give them that style. So it takes a bit to gather the styles together so that you can do that. Yes. All right, deconstructing all of this. What is Chaliceral Hook? Part of the Ranger's Gate set. Chelicerae are the mouthparts of spiders. A chaliceral hook, I can only imagine, is a dagger made from a mouthpart of a spider. Look, I know it sounds like trivia, but the reason I actually know that is because when I was writing one of my books, I have shape-shifting spider creatures, spider aliens, and I wanted to know what their mouthparts were called because there's, you know, when you're reading a book, you kind of like the author to get the words right. And so I discovered that chelicerae is what you call the mouthparts of spiders. And that there's a very good reason why my trypanophobic character is
a moment, if you please.
Scared of them. Well, you know what? That looks very much like a main story quest. I am very tempted to pick. Well, you know what? We're going to pick that up. That's ours.
Honor to you and your house, Sarah. My lord, Devaith Fear, would speak with you at once.
All right, let's turn the sound up for these guys. I forgot. What does Devaith Fear want with me?
Your aid, in exchange for a sizable stipend. Devaith Fear seeks a powerful artifact.
Okay, no. We're not doing that. That is a main story quest, but it is not a main story quest for this area. That is a prologue quest. And I am trying very hard to not do them yet. I know. They keep suckering me in though. Jewelry crafting. Let us destroy a few jewels. Wow. Was she doing Sirabane? Let me just check. Queen's Elegance. Scoring. She doesn't know what she's doing, does she? Okay, Queen's Elegance looks like something we're going to keep. And then I guess it would be a matter of choosing something else. Oh my god. Alrighty, well, what does... Let's have a quick look. Does anything here improve my stats? Under armor? No. What about under jewelry? Wait. Okay, the Ring of the Green Pact. That's probably not a bad one to have because we're running through and getting the Green Pact stuff as well. Ring of the Veiled Inheritance. That would give me a second ring, but it would take away from that. Ring of Sirabane. Does nothing for me. Alright, you know what? Let's just destroy all of these. And by destroy them, I mean we break them down. What's the Ring of the Wilder Queen? That looks pretty good too. We break them down. Any pieces that are not in our collections get added to our collections. I think I explained it last episode. We anything in our collection can be reconstructed using transmute stones at a transmute station, and we can have it back once we decide that that's the armor set we want to use. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. So I have to admit, I don't go through every character every day and pick up their crafting materials and their crafting quests. I don't have quite that much time. I have unknown runes. Sigh. Alright then. We're going to break down all of these. I probably should be actually just putting them into my armor. We'll play with that a bit later. But we won't. Okay. So I'm going to grab my tar because it's the one I've got the most of. I've got 3 characters collecting them. They're going into my ESO Plus crafting bag. That's what we're doing. Alright. So if you have a look at the description of Decapar, you can see translation and the word frost. So anything that's got a question mark underneath it is something we're going to need to translate. So let's see if there's anything in here. Alright, so no. None of those have a question mark. So we've got all of those. So what don't I have? This one, Etade, Jahade. Okay, anything in white that's got a question mark we're going to use. I think I saw something in here. Kudeko, Kude, okay. Oh, right. So you know what that's telling me? It's telling me that maybe... Because I can't use them when they're there. So if I can't use them, and I don't know... Actually, we can do that one. Let's put that one in. We're just going to pick the one with the most here. Let's put Denis in. Okay, it's got 800. So if we use a few of those, it's not a problem. Yeah, that's the one with the most. Alrighty. So yeah, so anything we don't know that we can use. So if it's got a green and it's got a question mark, then we are going to learn it. Alright, let's craft that. The only way to learn it is to do this. Alright, we don't need to go through the whole column of our runes. We just need to find the ones we don't know. We still don't know what we're after. What is it? Splendid Glyph of Magicka. I should know that one and I don't. Why not? Is it that one? Ha, we know it now. Let's just, before we go any further, make sure we know all the others that we've unlocked. Just to make sure. Radio. Alright, if we go any further, let's just take these, get rid of them. Now we know what we need. We'll just go into all. Zippity doo dah down, we'll go Mako. Brekka is already in there. And Ta is already in there. I didn't remove everything.
Rakura, Mako, Ta.
Alright, and that is how you find missing runes. If you've got all of the runes, you can just go through and find which ones you don't know. Now, I don't know the ones that I can't use, so I'm going to have to improve my...
If I call a guard, will I get a reward?
Probably. How did I manage that? Not looking at what I'm doing. I'm going to be paying a fine in a minute. You know what? Seeing as I'm disreputable, I might as well have just taken everything in there. Oh man, I did not mean to do that. Ah, so bad. You know what? How much have we got of each of these? We could just... Got enough. We could absolutely get our alchemy up to 50 if we wanted to. I know I've been very casual about it, almost. If I call a guard, will I get a reward? You know what? You should. I did not mean to. Where is it even? Oh. I must have poked that when I was trying to get to the alchemy station. Wow, I am so sorry. Well, I will be. What have I got in my backpack that's stolen? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I must finish this.
You know what? We'll be fine. It's wow, 800. I'm just gonna pay the fine and lose the stuff, and it'll be okay. Sigh. Of course, if I stay away from a guard till that little tiny flip goes away, we'll be fine. Woodworking station. What's in here? I know. What was that about? Part of the Ranger's Gate set. Right. I used to worry if you did this you'd lose access to everything, but you don't, apparently. You just have to have access to the Clockwork City or a guild that has this transmute station. And then you can choose your style, or whatever it is you're after. Restoration stuff, to make sure we're in the right material. And we want to make a shield. I know, what was that about? I know. I am so tempted just to stand here until it goes away. And normally, you know what, normally I would, but where's my next crafting station?
Stop! Right! The law wants justice. Me? I want to open you up and root around in your innards. Or you can pay. The bounty has been paid.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I love wood elves. Yes. Yes, I know, right? Now that I'm upstanding, I can probably go see the king without getting into too much trouble. Oh, man. I wanted to check my crafting. I know, what was that about? That was about a guard doing their job. Very enthusiastically. Provisioner. We need to go find a cook fire. That's right. I knew there was one that I hadn't done. I just can't remember where the cook fire is. I'm pretty sure it's up on the next level. We need to change our focus though. We need to go and I don't know. Yeah, shush. It's been a morning. The great tree. Let's go find out where we've got to go for that.
Have you heard about the madness in South Point? My cub sister said she saw people building houses out of mud crabs.
And how would that work exactly? They'd skitter away. Don't believe everything you hear.
Doubt if you will. My sister does not lie. I might go there to see for myself.
South Point, huh? That sounds like there's an adventure down there the game would like us to look at. Yeah. I'd best say.
You're a bold one to approach so fearlessly. Give me a good reason to speak with you. I'll make it seem like you're here at my request. Otherwise, my subjects will think you cut the line and start sizing you up for dinner.
Right, Your Majesty. Queen Irene sent me here to help deal with the unrest.
How thoughtful. I could hardly turn down such a generous gift.
I am not a
especially
gift.
with the trouble brewing in Elden route.
Right.
How are you at building embassies? You see,
can try.
Queen Irene promised one would be built for the Khajiit as a gesture of goodwill. But now a year has passed and there's still no Khajiit embassy. This has led to no end of headaches.
What's caused the delay?
Good question. You wish to serve the Camoran throne?
Sure.
You can start by asking Prince Naaman why his people aren't fulfilling their promises. He's the one who seems to have the entire Elden tree lodged up his flue. I can say that. I'm the king.
Absolutely, Your Majesty. I'll ask Prince Naaman. Lodged up his flue. I mean, you know, that was the polite way of saying something entirely different. You gotta love him. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's just go to J again, because what happens every time you complete... There we go. Complete a quest, it goes back to one of your previous quests. And, above. Oh, is he in here? My bad. I know, I love this navigation bar. It's really helpful. Especially because I get lost.
They say Molar Grunda guarded the gatehouse on the chasm. I didn't see her, nor did I want to.
She used to guard the gatehouse on the chasm.
Yes? Quickly now. Don't leave your mouth to hang agape.
King Cameron Aradan says there's some problems with the Khajiit embassy.
That again? My sister, Queen Irene, foolishly committed to build the Khajiit an embassy months ago. Everything was to be handled through Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy.
And why has it been delayed?
No, you don't get to question
Yes,
me.
I do.
Not after you slew High Kin Lady Estri. Do you think I'm one to have a chat with the person who killed my wife? That will break out the Sylphmead and share a good laugh?
I think Queen Irene trusts you to put the Dominion's interests before your own.
I suppose that's my burden. Very well. I won't give you the satisfaction of doubting my loyalty. You were asking after the Khajiit?
Yes, what could have delayed their embassy's construction?
Ask a stonemason. I have to prepare for the ratification ceremony before Queen Irene's arrival. I can't be troubled with such minor issues. If you care to pursue the matter, speak with Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy.
What's a ratification ceremony?
An archaic wood elf ritual. If she dances to their tune, Queen Irene will be recognized by the heavens as a worthy candidate for Emperor of Tamriel. Rubbish, if you ask me.
With all that's happening, why did Queen Irene offer to build the Khajiit an embassy?
To promote harmony, she'd tell you. The same reason she picked this bizarre tree city as the Dominion's capital. She wants every member of the Dominion to feel as though they're equal.
You disagree with the Queen's plans.
Oh, we need to be unified against our enemies, and having a high elf in charge is paramount to our success. But do we really need all this coddling? The ratification ceremony, the business with the embassy, more problems due to harmony.
I see, I understand.
Can you use that talent to clear my bar tab?
What did I do? What are you talking about? Did I steal something else without meaning to? Tanloran, you're a bad influence. What's that? Oh, wow. Oh, persuade.
You're
Persuade.
not
I
one for
used
waiting in
persuade.
lines, are you?
You want to make something of it? The door goes, oh no you don't start a fight in the king's throne room. I know, look, Tamrain would be much more reasonable. I am not. Well, I wouldn't be as a fantasy hero. I'd probably be very dead very quickly. That would be the problem. Must learn diplomacy. What? We are going out the door, which means I need these stairs. I get so lost in Elden Ring. It's easy once you work out that there's like these little circuitous passageways inside the trunk, and then there's these doors that are sometimes.
Keep an ear out for anything exciting.
They're all right, Tams. And then these doors that lead into interesting locales. I think we need to go this way. So everything is circles. It's a bit like Canberra, you know, you've got your roundabout in the middle. And then you've got a bunch of circles in the everywhere else. Go to the Ultima Embassy. Let's go. We might pick up a few quests around here too. One game I'm playing, you don't want to pick up the quests because you get to load up lots of different jobs. And you want to be able to do things on the way. What does Lorebook sell? Oh, she's a guild trader.
Come, do your trading here.
No, not right now. I do need to talk to my guild. Mizul. Let's go deliver our goods to the Grit Quartermaster. Is that Razzle? That was a great name. Razzle Dazzle. Like Razzle Dar, but, you know, different. I love it. Razum Dar. Cloud Snout. He's a named bear. He's cute. Can I pet him? No, I can't pet him. No, don't start fighting, Mr. Bear, just because I haven't given you a name. Is that Pikachu? I know. Alrighty. Here we have Skyshard. Let's get that thing under our belts.
I swear I could hear it speaking.
Sin Singer? Why do you want a group? No. I would normally group, but because I'm actually recording, I won't group right now. Oh, Cinetone. Hang on. Alrighty. Yeah, normally, yeah. I won't accept invites out of the blue. That's for a reason. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got. What's in the box, my friend? Oh. One. We also need to start doing these surveys once we get them, so we might be a little bit more disjointed as I go chasing surveys so they don't build up in my backpack like they did last time. Alrighty. Okay.
That's a little dirty under the nails.
Now, I need to go to the Ultima Embassy. Where's that? Tans, you're being a pain. It's an advertisement
Elden
over there,
Root,
huh?
verdant capital of the Camoran dynasty. See how it rises above the ruins of Alia Dune. A testament to the strength and vigor of the Bosma people.
A fine tree. Think of the ships we could build with one so tall.
Indeed. A pity the life of the tree is so prized by the Bosma. They've made some sort of accord with Hircine to preserve such things. Civilized Mer should look past such trivialities.
Can you not see the strength it affords us? The Grant Oak of Eldenroot has stood for millennia. It has sheltered and fed thousands.
And what has it gotten you? The Bosma sit idly by their borders, warring among themselves until the Mer of
I
value
might
had
back
to step
carefully
in on
away
your
from
behalf.
this.
Better to chop it down for tinder. The forest will hardly miss a few trees.
Thrice-blasted son of a dreck-sifting, root-munching, bread-baking sot. May your ears be stuffed with whirly-fly larvae, your bowhand bitten by a rabid stoat. Moving on.
Your bowhand bitten by a rabid stoat. Wow,
Tread carefully, friends. Wouldn't want the forest to swallow you up.
she says, wishing exactly that. Alrighty. So, let's, pee.
Here you can see our Khajiiti allies, fastened beneath Eldenroot tighter than a Horvor in the Strid.
Forgive my ignorance, honored guide, but what is a Horvor? Sahar has never heard of such a thing.
I think we'll follow
Not
these
spent
guys
much
for a bit.
time in the Valenwood, eh? Haven't happened upon one of the blood-swilling, scampering, filth-ridden beasts that...
Your people are held very close to the heart of the Dominion, where they
I
will
should
remain for
say
quite
moving.
a time.
I
Does
might
that about
doze
sum up your
off.
sentiment, Genboril?
Yes. That about covers it.
Okay, we're going to follow these guys. I really want
Let's
to
keep going.
do this cooking, but I think what we'll do...
tribe of Argonians living east of South Point. Why not settle there with them?
Why would I want to live with refugees? Especially when the Dominion thinks they may be spies.
Wow.
Ah, I didn't know. This one remembers what it's like to not belong. I hope the Argonians find a place here for their sake.
I'm just very curious as to what this is about, because normally when you find something that's where people are talking loudly, there's something with it. Okay. I know. Just give me a minute. I'm very curious as to what this group is about. You'll find there's a series of adventures in Oridon where you keep meeting. I think it's a Khajiiti causing the local guards some problems. I haven't got to the bottom of that one yet either. There are hidden achievements in Elder Scrolls Online. And every time I find something really curious like this one, I like to find out what's going on with it. So just bear with me while we discover what this is about. I know. I wonder if those other players can see these folk walking with me, or if they're just if this is just an instance now that I have that can't be seen. I don't know. Can anyone join in if you see someone walking along at this point? Be interesting to know. I don't know, what's this about? We must be getting close to oh, here we go. We'll just go and stand over here and we'll see what's going on.
Behold, another blight upon what was once unbroken green.
Is that Sarandel's carnival? Oh, I love their trained shocks.
Shocks? Do they not spit fire and breathe flame? Is that not dangerous in a forest?
Melted singed foliage is a small price to pay for such novelties. I simply must return after the conclusion of our tour.
A little singed. King Camor and Eridon must be told of this madness.
Uh-oh. Wow. Okay, so we're watching a diplomatic incident occur right before our eyes. You know, any minute now this wood elf is going to lose her Nana and drop these guys in a Horva pit or something. I like that string of epithets she did before, though. I can't remember them, though. I wish I recorded them, so I guess I can go back and write them down. But oh my gosh, that was awesome. Not a single cuss word among them, but wow. Alright, let's just toddle down a little bit ahead and we'll just wait for them to catch up. I know, these guys don't seem at all worried that she's leading them away from civilization. It's like a grand tour or something. Normally I'd detour away and explore all of these things, but I think I'll have to just make a run back and pick them up on the way back. So yes, this is more what I'm like when I play unsupervised. But like I said, you so rarely ever get to see like these raised voices. Whenever there's raised voices, there's usually something to it, and there's so much little hidden bits in the game. So many.
Hold your tongue, High Elf. King Camoran didn't need Queen Irene's help. Never asked for it, in fact.
If Queen Irene hadn't saved your hides at Cormount, you would have lost the Civil War. You lot owe your lives
I know, I
and
want to go
your
talk to that one
allegiance
as
to the
well.
Ultima.
You haughty High Elf bastard. The Wood Elves don't owe allegiance to anyone. Least of all finely bred fools such as yourself.
This is Haven. A prime piece of coastline the Ultima
What
so
do you think?
graciously liberated
I can't
from
speak
the
to this
forest.
High Elf
To
bastard
share,
any
they
longer.
say, their
He's
immense
so
wisdom
well
with their
educated and
poor,
wise that he can
leaf-wearing
barely
cousins.
function.
And rightly so. A natural harbour fit with moorings barely capable of supporting light watercraft.
Let me just...
We did you a
I know, I'm
favor.
torn between the two.
Sahar must agree. While your preservation of the green is laudable, trade was stagnant before the...
This High Elf thinks that his people rule over me. The Wood Elves follow King Camoran, not some High Elf queen. Am I right?
He's wrong. All the Dominion are under Queen Irene's care, not beneath her boot.
I suppose you have a point. Irene rules over all elves, equally. Perhaps helping us was less an imposition on us and more her duty.
Correct.
It was your queen's duty to protect us, High Elf.
If that's
All
what
of
you
us.
want to believe,
It doesn't mean your
Wood
people
Elf.
can lord over the Bosma.
Oh, look out.
We'll see if you can stop yourself there. I rather doubt it.
You and that Wood Elf can lie to yourselves, but the Ultima have...
All right, let's toddle back
That's
here
enough
before
for
we miss
today.
it.
Let's return to Elden route. I'm sure the humidity is getting to some of you.
Ow. I'm sure the humidity is getting so... I know, we missed some of that crucial conversation. You guys are just going to have to find this yourselves. Harrenlaw?
You have a point, my friend.
Right,
Perhaps.
we have a point.
You
And
that Wood Elf
we can lie to ourselves all we like. All right, let's follow these guys so we don't lose them. I'm quite curious to see how this ends. That was really odd. Normally you don't get two of these happening at once. So you come across, like I've come across them once before. I think it was with Rosalor. It could have been with Tam actually, but anyway. So I'm really curious to see what achievements link to that, because there usually is one. I did warn you I was pretty enjoyed the achievements, didn't I? Maybe. I probably should have. So what I'm curious now is I'm curious to see where these guys are going. I think if you just ignore them and you let them keep walking, they just disappear and you can't follow them. So we've had a diplomatic dispute between a wood elf and a high elf in the jungle. And then we've got this poor wood elf guide guiding these I'm going to assume they're diplomats through Grahtwood, and they're being really rude when you listen to them. You know, like, because that dispute there, she was showing them something there, and they're like, well, you know, you guys were trade deficit and didn't know what you were doing for so long until we came along. And it's like, wow, rude much? You say this to a wood elf with a loaded quiver. It's amazing she hasn't pulled her bow and filled them full of holes. Not what I would do, but man, she's got some forbearance. Come on, little wood elf. Let me just walk on ahead. This is making me a little bit dizzy. See, I'm going to assume that this little scenario hasn't played out in full yet because they're still here. Mind you, I could be wrong. You can laugh at me when we get to the end of the road and they just walk off into the distance for me. It's been a bit of a slow episode, but that's okay. We get these. I can hear a dolmen. I know there will be. It will activate another time, so we're going to just keep going. Like I said, I want to see what's going on with this. The grand tour of Grahtwood with Ganborel. The game is full of hidden lore. Let's go. Let me just toddle down here a bit and wait for the hidden lore to catch up. Reha. I know, I'm going to start stopping strangers and talking to them because there's things that we're missing.
Bet there's a great tavern around here.
Probably Tan's, but right now we're staying with the wood elf. I know, I want to do my cooking so I can go back, but let's find out where these guys are going, and we'll find out what the outcome is of their little wander through the forest.
I hope to be done here soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stood right under him. I know, we're just watching some of these diplomats are getting well left behind. She's just jogging to catch up. Poor girl. We're back where we started. Yep, we are back where we started. Okay.
Elden root, verdant capital of the Camoran dynasty. See how it rises above the ruins of Dune.
And then it starts again.
A testament to the strength and vigor of the Bosmer
Maybe
people.
that just repeats all the time.
A fine tree. Think of the ships we could
Think
build
of the
with
ships
one
we
so
could
tall.
build with.
Indeed.
It's like, what?
A pity the life of the tree is so prized by
All right. Well, I don't know what the point of that was, but we did learn a little bit about these.
Sick and tired of being
treated like kitten-headed fools. Actually, that's a relevant thing. What was he saying?
Sick and tired of being treated like kitten-headed fools by the Thalmor. They file and deliver their papers, sign us empty promises. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing. Abuse? Yes, that is what it is.
Oh boy, someone's upset a Khajiit. Alrighty, let's cook our cook. We have a recipe to cook. We have some little mouse garlic hagfish. Doesn't that sound delicious? And we have some tonic. Hagraven's tonic to go with the hagfish. Someone's mix and match in here. Let's go deliver this. Place the goods within the crate and complete that quest. Now, we were supposed to be heading towards, oh, is that what that big building is? Towards the Ultimate Embassy. She stops here and gives another lecture. I'm going to actually check in later and see if she does it for everyone. We've grabbed this view gloss. We won't let the
petals, please.
Oh, that's right. Tanloran loves. So we found 2 of Tanloran's likes so far. She really likes it when you pick alchemical plants, and she also really likes it when you use Persuade, the Mage's Guild ability Persuade. So yes, we are still looking for Heartwood. All right, because that was 4. That was so good. Because we have an absolute ton of crafting quests to do. I'm going to experiment to see if I can get those crafting writs done. I've given them all to Roz. Is that a stable master? No. Let's talk to her anyway.
These beasts belong to the embassy staff. They are not for sale, so don't ask. One of those little Bosma creatures sells horses outside of the big tree, assuming you can even afford one.
Thank you. Oh man, the amount of racism, I think.
Elden route doesn't need your construction.
Okay, that looks like a confrontation. That looks like, well, something nasty is brewing. We're going to have to go and see the root of this problem. Enter the Altmer Embassy. One staff, many staves. We did do our Mage's Guild, yes. The Wood Elves of Valenwood. Bliss. Lamentations of the Lost. Okay. I know, I probably shouldn't be in here. Is that a bookshelf I can look at? He looks very comfortable. Alright, let's leave these 2 to whatever it is they're doing. She looks like a painter almost. Yes, a painter, and he's posing. That's what's going on there. Okay, talk to the ambassador above, but not before we read regarding the fists of Thalmor. Confidential diplomatic missive, Thalmor eyes only. Deliver only to Icantar, Sapiarch of Indoctrination, Crystal Tower, Alinor, your sapiens. In retrospect, I'm of the opinion that titling a paramilitary unit the Fists of Thalmor has been an error of nomenclature. Though accurate as to the function of said unit, in the local vernacular the title has been shortened simply Thalmor, which inaccurately conflates our diplomatic corps with the Dominion military. Furthermore, inasmuch as the Fists, in pursuit of their enforcement duties, may occasionally exert more force than some might think necessary, this taints the Thalmor with the perception that our agents are heavy-handed thugs. Needless to say, this doesn't help when negotiating for aid from the local indigenes. In future, I think we would be wise to return to referring to our enforcement units as Justicars, even if it does make our Khajiiti citizens disinclined to join because it sounds so stuffy. Yours in diplomacy, Canon Reeve Falderwill. Oh, I like that, Canon Reeve. How sensible can you get? Ah, wonderful. All right. Advances in lockpicking. No, don't steal from that. Someone else already has, but you don't need to. Or so you don't need to. Radio. Cabinet. I mean, there's no one here at the moment. We could... Prudence in practice. I'm Pocket rules for Kick the Khajiit. What? Man, that needs burning. What do you mean we don't burn books? Yeah, we do. Bad ones. No, we don't. We put them aside and learn from them. This is a balcony. We see what's out here. It's interesting what you can find on balconies. Nothing on this one though. This is the Ultimate Embassy. There's probably a really good view of that fight downstairs though. Alright. I think though we've run far enough today. I know. We're going to have a chat with young Ambassador Tarinwe shortly, but until then I'm going to bid you adieu. If you enjoyed this episode and its wanderings, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe, and I will check you later. Take care out there.